Hi, Sigurbjörg
Hello.
Þrastardóttir. And that you accepted my little interview. And when did you begin the poetry?
Oh, I think I was maybe 7 years old. I made a little rhyme, and then I made rhymes when everyone's birthday was. So, and then when I was maybe 20, I started writing the free verse.
And your first publishing
First
poem
book,
and book?
First book was published in 1999. It's called Blálóaland, and it's a little book of poetry. That was my first collection. Yes.
Mm-hmm. You are writing your poetry, your poem.
How do I write them? Oh, it depends. Sometimes I take notes. Maybe I'm in some public transport, or I'm just in the everyday. I take some notes and then I work on them. Often for a long time. It takes sometimes many weeks or months to complete one poem, and sometimes just 3 days. It depends.
And the authors that influenced you, that marked you?
The authors that have influenced me. It depends when. Maybe when I was small, my grandmother was my influencer because she was writing rhymes, but she was a housewife in the north and she didn't publish. So I thought it was something special that she would express herself this way. And then I started to read big poets like Ungaretti or the, I don't know, Ezra Pound, or these big guys. But sometimes it's inspiring to read just one poem by someone you don't even know. I think it's the best.
And you are writing in
Icelandic.
Icelandic, or you are writing in English also?
No, always in my own language. It's the language I know the best, and I think it's the only way for me to write. But then I work with a lot of very nice translators who are able to give the text to more people. So it's a cooperation. Yeah.
What are you thinking about the Icelandic poetry, actual?
Now it's quite lively. When I was writing my first books, everyone was asking, "Oh, but why poetry? But it's it's old and it's dying and something." But now there's like a whole new generation of really enthusiastic Icelandic poets coming up, and it's almost like in fashion. It's like in vogue now. So it's great because we need it for the language and for our thinking, I think.
And what about translation?
Yes.
What are you thinking?
Translation is king. Translation is the most important thing to make poetry travel. Mostly also for these for little languages like my own. And sometimes I'm trying to translate myself. I haven't done it for a long time, but I think it's something I have to also do. I think everyone has to do something. But it's like translation is like a ferry or a train. It takes the cargo to other places, and then the poems begin a new life in another context, in another environment. So it's absolutely vital. Because we don't have one language in the world, translation is what makes the whole system work.
Is poetry a necessity for the others?
For the others, like other people?
People, no.
Maybe you can live your life without ever reading a poem. That's also just absolutely fine. But I think a lot of people want to have them, and they learn to appreciate it. So it's maybe not as vital as water, but for me personally, I think it's very important. And I know a lot of people who have the same, who are, made the same way.
You are published, translated first time in French?
No, there are some anthologies like Action Poétique and some others who have translated some bits and pieces, and then also in other languages. So it's very rare that a whole poetry book is translated into another language. So often it's like anthologies and magazines and readings and festivals, but it's really nice. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much.
Livraison à domicile. Ok.
Kemur maður hjólandi inn í stofuna hjá mér. Yrna stór og drýpur af honum óerðaolía, nef stór og skálmarnar tættar, stígur af hjólinu, munnstór en segir ekki orð, olíubrá á hjólinu. Kannski er ég hægt að skilja fólk, en það vill sem að hugsa að bjóða hann ekki sá. Þá skemmir hann þögnina íreiður, skoður sig og segir, já, varst þú að panta byltu?
Livraison à domicile. Un homme à vélo débarque dans mon salon. Grandes oreilles, découlinant, d'huile d'émeute, grand nez, jambes de pantalon déchirées. Il descend de son vélo, grande bouche mais muette. Par terre, une flaque d'huile. Peut-être que je ne comprends plus les gens. Mais que me veut cet homme? Je pense à lui offrir du jus de pomme. Alors il rompt le silence, cligne des yeux, regarde autour de lui et dit « Oui, c'est toi qui as commandé une révolution ?»
I am reading Lækjargata, translated by Thor Stefansson and Lucie Albertini. Lækjargata is a street in Reykjavík in Iceland, downtown. Dýfstu strengirnir slitna í lokin, en þangað til tekur í iðrin og hjartað. Enginn þykist þekkja þig, þú villist oft í húsinu. Hellir niður fjöri og blóm vaxi í hárinu meðan þú deyr. Let me start another one. It is called Standard Fear, staðlaður ótti. Same translators. Ég öfunda þá sem eiga endurminningar úr stríði. Þeir hafa forskot þegar kemur að þakklæti. Mér líður einkennilega á gamlársdag og margir óvæntir kvellir. Samt gæti ég áræðilega skrimt á niðursonum mat eins og fyrir annar. Ég er líka staðráðin í að halda dagbók eins og annað flagg. En þangað til sef ég út og tef og lakka kommóður. Stundum langar mér mest að horfa á teiknimynd, helst einhverja einfalda fyrir lítil börn, síðan ég veit ekki hvenar, kannski Múmínálfana. En ég var alltaf smeyk við morran og veit að hann er hérna. And I read Innflytjandi júni, that means immigrant June. I think, well, it is June now, so there we go. Mér finnst það að blanda beinafrísun í malbygg og þú ættir ekki að vera í svona háarlegum skóm hér. Það getur sokkið, hún er heit, sólin. Ertu með svona há kinnbein. Ganga alveg hljóðlaust, gráta sig í svefn, rífa eitthvað í sig, er eina markmiðið í dag. Á morgun fáum við nýja hugmynd. Mér finnst ég að við séð þessu augu þín áður, kemur þau oft hingað. Þeir voru miklu fleiri aðdáendur. Áður en vegurinn var lagður svona beint. Hún er heit, sólin, við samt þetta langt frá.
Thank you very much.
Lækjargata, c'est une rue de Reykjavik, signifiant littéralement rue du ruisseau, note de l'éditeur. Lækjargata, les liens les plus profonds finissent par se rompre. Mais en attendant, les entrailles et ton cœur se noue. Personne ne semble te connaître. Souvent, tu t'égares dans la maison. Tu répands la gaieté et des fleurs poussent dans tes cheveux, tandis que tu meurs. Peur standard. J'envie ceux qui ont des souvenirs de guerre. Ils ont une avance quant à la reconnaissance. Bizarrement, Je me sens, au nouvel an, trop de pétards inattendus. Pourtant, je pourrais sûrement survivre avec des conserves, comme tout le monde. J'ai aussi décidé que je tiendrais un journal, comme Anne Frank. En attendant, je fais la grasse matinée et je glande. Je vernis la commode, mais j'aimerais mieux regarder un dessin animé, de préférence un tout simple, pour les tout petits. Depuis, je ne sais plus quand, peut-être les Momins, et j'ai toujours eu peur du groc, et je sais qu'il est ici. Immigrant, juin. Je crois qu'il faudrait mélanger des esquilles au bitume et que tu ne devrais pas porter ici des chaussures à talons aussi hauts. Elles pourraient s'enfoncer. Le soleil est si chaud. Tu as des pommettes si hautes. Marcher sans faire de bruit, s'endormir en pleurant, dévorer quelque chose. Pour aujourd'hui, c'est mon seul but. Demain, on aura une autre idée. Je crois que j'ai déjà vu tes yeux. Tu viens souvent ici? Il y avait beaucoup plus de fans avant, quand la route n'était pas si droite. Le soleil est si chaud, on est si loin.